What does consent mean?
Okay, so consent just basically to me means the permission to do something, right? In relation to sexual activity, consent is basically the permission I give or I get to partake in sexual activities.
Consent is when someone says yes to doing something without pressure. It helps you only do things that you and your other person are comfortable doing.
Consent is when two people in a relationship who are of age both agree to engage in activities, and one of those activities is sex.
So, your boyfriend's been pressuring you to have sex. He said that if you really love him, you would, and you don't want to lose him. What would you do?
I'm leaving that man. It is not worth it. If I think I'm not ready, I think the compromise would be to... I mean, he also has the right to be with someone that's willing to give him that. And if I can't do that for him, I think if we can't meet in the middle, it's best we part ways, you know what I mean?
Sex is not what makes a relationship. So I would definitely say no, because clearly he doesn't love me for who I am, but what I offer.
Sex is only one part of relationship, and having sex is not proof of love. Having sex because you feel pressured to do so, to keep a person, is not a good enough reason to have sex. Being forced to give consent is not giving consent at all. Always have the right to say no to any form of sex or sexual activity.
Your boyfriend likes sending sexy texts, but you don't like it and feel uncomfortable. Is consent required for him to send them to you?
Yeah, consent is definitely required. Like, a lot of people actually don't know that there's a lot of things where consent is required because of the setup, like in a relationship. But if I have established and if I have voiced out that this particular thing makes me uncomfortable, I have every right to expect him to ask me before he can do anything in that area. I have to communicate what I want, he has to communicate what he wants. And then we have to meet in the middle, as opposed to, oh, this is what I want, we're going with this, or this is what he wants, we're going with this.
Yes, sis, consent is very much required because both your opinions matter when it comes to a relationship. And if you feel uncomfortable, you communicate. And if he doesn't comply, pack that bag and go.
Yes, consent is required. Sending messages about sex or sexy messages may be a fun and exciting part of a relationship, but remember, there are rules to keep you safe. It is important to talk about this with your partner, and if either of you don't give consent, it needs to stop.
There's an older man who's offered to pay your school fees if you meet with him and have sex sometimes. What would you do?
As PNC, as Natasha Tanza, I am not responding to that conversation. I am removing myself from the equation because I have so much integrity, and I just feel like some things shouldn't be done that way, you know? I think a lot of people take advantage of girls in need. If this person genuinely wants to help you, they will help you, you know what I mean? From the kindness of their heart. But if this man wants to help me because he expects me to sleep with him, that is where we do not meet and we don't see eye to eye.
Having someone who can support you and provide monetary gifts for you might seem like a great thing to help you through tough times. But you're actually putting yourself in a situation where one person has more power over you. Your need for help means he can persuade you or manipulate you into doing things you really don't want to do.
I would definitely say no. I would definitely say no.
Your boyfriend says that he will pull out before he comes when you have sex, so you don't need to use contraception. But you know that's not true and you might get pregnant. What would be your response?
Honey, pulling out doesn't guarantee me 100% that I'm not gonna fall pregnant. So I'm definitely not gonna say yes to that.
If you feel uncomfortable, do not do it. Abstain, sis.
You got that right. Withdrawal before coming doesn't prevent pregnancy. It is not a safe or reliable method of contraception. Sis, you are better off safe than sorry. Be well informed, and that's on period.
For more information, visit the Internet of Good Things or call Childline for more support on 116.